made it to that price. I showed you guys that, but now we're going to take another look at it because they're there, and they wasn't there before, but they're definitely there now. If you want to view any of this information, you can come over here on the channel. In this video today, I use time-based markers. Here I'm going to use some momentum-based markers because they're trying to slow price down. And so they're going to plot these hash marks, not at the same place on the bar, because then you won't see how many of them that there are in some cases. So we got them staggered. That's all. Got them staggered throughout the price movement. And so what's going to happen while they're slowing it down? I pretty much knew that this could be the case. We're looking for separation. That's all. The greater the separation, the better the response, because we're gauging momentum. And so you had a separation here, and they kind of moved into that price level there, right here. Moved in that price level, and of course they're stalling. We know they're up here, and of course they were right here, and then they start staggering them markers there on top of each other, just trying to keep an eye as to what they're doing behind this fluctuation thing that they like to do. That's all. And so let's see, can we get another push higher? Because again, this price level is significant. You can see that information there. They kind of ran away from it. Here's one here. Now let's see if they can go ahead and give a good push and see where the next one should land. If they can keep this up, we should be okay. We don't want it to land right back in the same level. Then you end up getting this type of movement right here. That's not really what you want. Kind of how what they did here. You see the big strong bar. Of course, there's some separation here, and they dove into that price level there and kind of pushed down. Want to see something to this effect. That's all. You had a little bit of it here, kind of doubled up, if you will, and they dove right back into the first one plotted. Then, of course, here they pushed into that high. We're getting it here, so let's see what they plan to do. Let's just see. We know that they're trying to force this down a bit. You can see the volume benchmark bars coming in, so they may actually have intent to push it down. Okay, now you're getting separation on this side of it, so yeah, you might get ready to get a push down here. You may. I thought that just maybe they may have been able to sustain what had happened here. I do get this response. I get it. I absolutely get that. But they're staggering them a little further away from each other at this point. So we should be able to get that push right through that bottom. And so when the market slows down, we got tools for that too. Again, I showed the time-based ones in that prior video there. I do get this. I understand they're still dealing with that right there. But we're coming in off this top. Let's see if they can go ahead and give another push down on this next one here. If not, they could possibly just go ahead and hold this turn. But let's see. Again, they definitely stepped it up here with momentum. They stepped it up. Let's see what they do. See if they'll come back through this. If you want to watch the time-based ones, you can go and watch that video on futures trading that I did today. Because there are certain moments that's important. And that's why I was able to tell you guys about how long this should be able to last. Like it should last for a little bit. There's moments that happens. And I teach that on the channel as well when it comes to the hourly. What to look for when it comes to an hourly, how long something could last. And of course I've been referencing that daily in these last few videos about the month, like how long the month could sustain itself, because I told you back on the 9th that the daily's high could hold for the rest of the month. And of course here's the rest of the month, and we're just about there. So we're just hugging that price. We're hugging that price, but those sellers are sitting up there. We saw the separation here, even though they came off that low really aggressively there. They're sitting up there. And of course they were up here. You can kind of see that there. You can see that. And this is that fight, Now you can read all of this without these markers. It's just understanding scalping. So if you're scalping, you just want a handful of ticks really quickly. And so you just try to find the conditions that's most favorable for you before you pull the trigger. That's important. That's absolutely important. So while they're doing all of this, overlaying the bars, sitting at that price, just hanging out, again, there's another way you can go about it. Absolutely got a ton of tools for $100. $100, you can have every last tool that I have to make trading a lot simpler than what it actually is. They try to make it very complicated, but at the end of the day, they have an objective. It's like you and I. Whenever you have a thought, you have the end in mind. I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.